you seem to be coming too often to Dubai. You seem to be liking Dubai. What's the magic that you find in Dubai?
What a question to ask about Dubai. Yeah, I mean, I love Dubai. Most people don't know I've been coming here for more than 20 years now.
I know.
After making my debut in 1999 in Canada, the next year was actually in Sharjah at the time, where I play India and Sri Lanka. So, since 1999 I've been coming here, so more than over 2 decades now. So, Dubai, I've seen it grown over the years. So I'm actually growing with Dubai as well, and this is a different occasion though. But
correct, of course.
Most times, Dubai is for a little bit of holiday, but we play a lot of cricket here in Dubai.
True. Since we talk about cricket, I have to ask you. We all missed West Indies in the World Cup this year because we all grew up watching West Indies. But how did you feel, and what was the reason behind we didn't see West Indies in the World Cup?
I can't give you the reason, but just like any other West Indian fans or person, I was disappointed not seeing West Indies, in the World Cup for the first time, and but it's good to see them actually, rebound. They just won a series against England. And the good thing about it as well, they have something to play for, which they have the next World Cup. The T20 World Cup is in the Caribbean,
correct,
and the United States, so they have a lot to play for, for the Caribbean people by missing out on the World Cup in India.
Yeah.
So hopefully they go well. They started the series well against England, and hopefully they can build up some momentum, leading up to the World Cup next year, and give us something to cheer about.
One of the main reasons that's been talked about as the West Indies players is a lot of franchisee cricket they are giving importance on. Of course, that's a lifeline of the West Indies cricket, is what Powell also told me recently. So is it a problem, or you think it's a good thing, or how do you handle, or how do you view the too much of T20 cricket especially?
Nah, there's no problem. You can't be too hard on any particular player. Because the entire fraternity is a business now. The entire cricketing world. It's not like what it used to be. Like 15, 10 years ago, where it was like more so international cricket. The venture, the game actually changed, and it started to revolve around T20 cricket as well. So it's a business, and you look at the loyalties. Loyalty don't really happen. When it comes onto a board or pretty much a franchise and a player. So, the player have all rights to make their own decision and, what's best for them. So I will back any player, what decision they make, what venture they're looking at, which avenue they're looking to take as well. I will back them 100% because it's business, and it's not only in cricket, and it's all sports right about now.
Correct. And we see a lot of your records coming off. Rohit broke your sixes record. A lot of records going off. How do you feel about it? Because generally, people will be happy to have their records.
Yeah, just like before I get the record, someone had it before, So there's always say records were made to be broken. So it's good to see these things happen in cricket, and it actually make it even better within the sport as well. So a next generation can come look to break Rohit Sharma record during as well. But it's all about consistency, from a player's point of view. And to get records, it's not really an individual sport, but but from a personal interest, it's good to have records under your belt as well.
We are seeing 400s now coming in the 50 overs. Of course, 20 years ago, 250 was a winning total. Now, even 400 is not a winning total these days in a 50-over game. Are we going to look at 500 in the near future?
It's possible, because, like I said, it's a business. Sometimes they make the boundaries a bit smaller as well, so for more excitement, more entertainment as well. So you see a lot more sixes being hit as well, and the wickets a bit better to batter, so it's a bit harsh on the bowlers as well. So it's just more one-sided, sometimes. And
you made one of the bowlers' life miserable as well.
yeah. So it's a bit of fast pace, and every youngsters, developing their own skills as well and be so productive in the game as well. It's actually, good to see. Everybody actually have a chance and resolve around, how they go about the cricket as well. So it's nice.
Have you ever thought about, from a bowler's perspective, of course you bowl off spin as well, but the way you attack, if somebody is going to attack at you, from a bowler's perspective, how would you approach the game in today's scheme of things, modern day cricket as a bowler?
Bowlers are very clever, bowlers, spinners, you have a lot of variations as well, just like fast bowler do the same thing as well. So it's all about the batter, the skills you develop, facing a particular ball with so many skills as well. So the matchup is very good. a good bowler coming up against a good batter. Both are very skillful. So that made the game a bit more interested as well, and very more, challenging from a viewer's point of view as well, which we want to see. We want to see the best against the best. But like I said, it just varies around the world. But most so often, the batters come out on top.
You have tormented the bowlers across the world, but tell me an innings where a bowler made you dance or made your life difficult. If you may think about 1 or 2 innings where you were at the receiving end and you were not able to meet it, if you have it in the top of your head.
It's not like I wouldn't look at it like that, But as a batter, we always going to go through a rough patch. We always going to go through. Nothing's going to be smooth. We're going to have difficult times. I've seen the best in the world go through those phases as well in cricket. So we have had many of those phases in my international career as well. And it still made me as a person, became a stronger person, and eventually I still last as long as possible, to be able to play international cricket for over 20 years, which is fantastic. But like I said, nothing is going to be a smooth road for any
particular in my game, you remember?
Only the one where I can recall was actually in Sri Lanka. I think that was my second test series after making my debut against Zimbabwe, scoring my first century as well. And then, went to Sri Lanka, first time in Sri Lanka as well. I was dismissed like 5 times against Jaminda Vas in a test series. Highest score was probably 40-something runs, and I finished maybe a little bit, probably 50 runs in the entire 3-match series, But in the one day, I went on to score, a lot of runs. But, words of advice from even Alexa Brian Lars, listen, a lot of big players come to Sri Lanka, and didn't score any runs as well. So it was a learning curve. It's all quickly you learn in those situations, and then you make the necessary adjustment.
That was my next question actually. How did you make this necessary adjustment?
You got to be mentally strong. That's what the game is all about.
And last 2 my questions. We have a little of the weekend write-up as well. So we would like to get the individuals day in a day. What do you do in a day, if you can, if you are willing to talk about it?
Pretty much nothing really. Pretty relaxed. I love to sleep. More and more sleeper, day sleeper. If I don't have nothing to do, I'll be sleeping. I'm watching a bit of TV. So yeah, that's pretty much me.
And what is the best part of the day, if you have any particular day, particular time, particular thing you would like to do?
No routine pretty much, because I travel so much. I try and make sure I get some rest, in between as well.
Is it the same during your playing days? You sleep in the day as well, or?
Yeah, it depends. Well, it depends the format, or it depends the franchise cricket. The time zone as well is always going to play a point. If I'm in India, pretty much I go to bed like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. So.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Chris.
You're welcome.